Close your eyes. Let's start imagine. You are the daughter of a low-class comer in ancient times, but you have a beautiful face. Daily labor leaves you utterly exhausted. Your face is covered in ashes, obscuring its natural beauty. One day, the prince of your country announces a 3-day ball. To select the prince's spouse, you are extremely excited, thinking this is a chance to change your destiny. But you desperately lack a luxurious gown for the ball. At this time, several small birds fly to your window. They bring a stunning dress and a pair of exquisite dancing shoes. You are ecstatic. You put on the fancy dress and rush to the ball, as if a wonderful future is already waving at you. Now, a question arises. Do you believe the prince will dancing with you? And ultimately, family decides that you are his lifelong partner. Whether you think yes or no, please open your eyes and take a good look at the real world. The character I just described is not Cinderella. She is the most common daughter of a commoner in ancient times, and Cinderella was not a daughter for a poor person. She was the daughter of a wealthy matron's deceased wife. In other words, no matter how much her stepmother and stepsisters tried to cover Cinderella in ashes, her upbringing and aesthetics as a rich person remain. Cinderella is like Rembrandt's famous masterpiece, The Night Watch. For hundreds of years, people thought the painting depicted night, but it was merely darkened by coal dust. The reason it was able to become an immortal masterpiece was not because of the coal dust. The original work was meticulously designed and painted by Rembrandt. Rembrandt himself was already renowned throughout the Netherlands, even before this painting. The real invitation was not hastily distributed to the girls just before the ball, but was received at the time of girls' birth, already passed on through their respective family backgrounds as their admission ticket. The prince needs more of a help squad to prove the fairness and impartiality of this selection. Meanwhile, countless girls with dreams willingly compete to outshine each other for that seemingly reachable goal. In reality, the ball is a contest of power and status. Whoever can display the most noble demeanor within 3 days wins in the end. Even if your nobility is merely an attack, it is acceptable. This has nothing to do with beauty, kindness, and courage. Absolutely nothing. This was fundamentally a private gamble, disguised as a transparent selection process. Next, let's look through the Chinese lens from the following 3 dimensions: the invisible invitation, the blind stand slipper, the vengeance of the cat. In 3 parts, let's re-examine this century-old fairy tale. Everyone talks about a dazzling Cinderella at the ball. Few people ask about the ordinary girls who was put in huge efforts for the ball and their heartbreak. Almost all seemingly public invitations have already sharp eyes behind the scenes. Human ambition driven by weak hope, making an invitation with an already set scope appear more genuine and credible. When Cinderella put on her magnificent dress, the original text says, took her for some foreign princess. Ordinary girls can't help but feel a flutter of hope up on her ears. Can I do that too? However, unfortunately, a gorgeous dress is only a necessary, but not sufficient, condition to look like a princess for a neighboring kingdom. In the earlier 21st century, an era where the internet was not yet very developed, a household-name internet celebrity appeared in China. Her name is Luo Yufeng. Chinese netizens nicknamed her Sister Feng. Sister Feng was born into a poor family in Chongqing, China. Her appearance was quite ordinary. Her childhood was very difficult. After graduation, he taught at a primary school in Chongqing, but Sister Feng was not content with this status quo. In 2009, she decided to go to Shanghai alone to seek opportunities. Insufficient education, no experience. After sending out hundreds of resumes, Sister Feng could only work as a cashier at Carrefour. Her monthly income was 1,500 RMB, about $220. Then, the chance to put on that magnificent dress quietly arrived. In late 2009, Sister Feng publicly solicited marriage in Shanghai, proposing high standards, including that the groom must be a master granted from Peking University or Tsinghua University and other criteria. Coupled with inadequate self-marketing like read extensively at age 9, peaked at age 20, unmatched for 300 years, and another exaggerated self-marketing. Sister Feng quietly went viral, become famous in a highly controversial way. The force behind the scenes saw a business opportunity. They transformed into harmless little birds and delivered a magnificent gown, woven from fame and fortune to Sister Feng. Sister Feng was required to mark herself in a more exaggerated and boundary-pushing way. She insulted almost everyone in the entertainment industry and offended everyone who could have helped her out to a right path in today's internet era. There is a constant stream of internet celebrities who break through using exaggerated marketing just like Sister Feng. Many of them have already achieved a worthy secular life and, objectively, have indeed raised their social class. Sister Feng is tragic, but also successful. She gained fame and fortune by sacrificing her dignity. However, for more girls with slightly above average looks, the decent appearance has become their sunk cost. Thus, more and more presents from neighboring kingdoms was being mass-produced by platforms and beauty filters, coupled with social media's continuous extraction of female beauty. It gives countless ordinary girls an illusion that flitter will bring the glass slipper and the pumpkin carriage, and I'm in the presence waiting to be discovered. This fairy tale, these socialites seem unattainable, but in reality, they cannot attract true persons. The people who ultimately explode and deceive are precisely the men from the loner middle class who desperately want to save Cinderella. And these men, to some extent, and also Cinderella's hypnotized by society. The small false glimmer of light leads the fake prince and fake princess trapped in their phones to engage in an endless circle of mutual deception. The prince and Cinderella danced for 3 whole days. They were close, their eyes met. However, when the prince searched the whole country for the bride, he can't recognize her face, and had to rely solely on single shoes for identification. But the 2 sisters did not hesitate to self-mutilate to fit into the glass shoes. The prince actually took them out to his house without a second thought. He only turned back when he saw the blood. In reality, as long as you could fit into this magnificent mold, the prince didn't care who you were. The prince simply didn't love Cinderella the person. He wasn't looking for a lover, but a symbol, a trophy that could fit into the slipper, which symbolized perfect class matching. During the 3 balls, Cinderella wore an even more magnificent outfit each time than the last, and the prince grew increasingly obsessed with Cinderella because of her increasingly brilliant attire. Now imagine this: if Cinderella, over the course of the 3 balls, had worn a plainer dress, would the prince still have fallen for her? Do not package a pursuit of acceptability as love. Beauty breeds impulse. True love, however, is allowing others to see your true self and be able to accept the imperfect partner. Cinderella's escape was not a plain hard to get. It stemmed from deep-seated inferiority and fear. She was an imposter. At the ball, she was the refined, fake princess from a neighboring kingdom. In reality, she was the humble Cinderella. She felt that once she spoke her name, a layer of perfect disgust would stutter. She would rather vanish as a beautiful illusion than being rejected true Cinderella. And the prince so didn't treat Cinderella with respect. He even sent a trap to make Cinderella fall just to get her. Finally, A prince's method of searching for Cinderella was not to show his love and sincerity, but to brandish the glass slipper, and coldly watch the girls do acts of self-mutilation. True beauty is never about looks. Beauty is a form of power, and power has nothing to do with love. China has a saying of the four great beauties of ancient times. Every one of them was involved in a power struggle. The first, 西施, an ordinary laundress from the state of Yue. After Yue was defeated, the king of the Yue plotted for restoration. Xi Shi was chosen and, after mastering various skills in Yue, was presented to King of Wu. From then on, the King of Wu indulged in wine and women, neglecting state affairs. Eventually, Yue seized the opportunity to conquer Wu. Xi Shi became a tool for nation restoration. The second, Wang Zhaojun, with Shun Shifting, entered the court to propose marriage. Wang Zhaojun voluntarily requested to be sent out to marry for peace. She lived among the Xiongnu for decades, ensuring nearly half a century of peace between the Han Dynasty and the Xiongnu. The third, Diao Chan. She was a main figure in the female's beauty trap in China. During the Three Kingdoms period, Diao Chan skillfully maneuvered between Dong Zhuo and his adopted son, Lü Bu, successfully alienating the father-son relationship, ultimately leading Lü Bu to kill Dong Zhuo, eliminating a great threat to Han Dynasty. The last, Yang Yuhuan. She was the most favored concubine of Emperor Xuanzong of Tang. Xuanzong doted her immensely, leading to the neglect of state affairs. After a rebellion broke out, Xuanzong fled with her. I wrote, the soldiers believed the Yang family was the source of the trouble, forcing Emperor Xuanzong to order Yang Yuhuan's death. In Prince's eyes, Cinderella's beauty was also a tool, an ornament to embellish his royal power. The guests knew the prince has danced with a gorgeously dressed girl for 3 days. This double recognition, internal and external, required the prince to find a girl who could fit into the magnificent dress, whether or not you had danced with him. After all, what a prince recognized was the value bought by your clothes, not you, the living, breathing person. We have always been taught that Cinderella received magic's favor because of her kindness, and ultimately found happiness. Sure, but that is only part of the story. Let's imagine, with so many girls in the country, are there really no other girls as kind as Cinderella? Yet, more kind girls can only be constantly trembled by a heavy hand of life. They are too busy feeding themselves to even plant a tree. Their mothers may have died earlier, but were only hastily buried. They could not grow a magic tree through their tears of kindness, even though it's not their fault. But they also lost the chance to be favored by magic. The grave of rich people can grow a wishing tree and summon birds to deliver clothes. But for the poor, even if they cry their eyes out, the grave remains nothing but a pile of dirt. Magic is nothing but a snub. It only ever serves those who have property. Cinderella used her exclusive magic to begin a magnificent masquerade. When she was close to reaching her goal, Cinderella chose not kindness, but cold-hearted observation. During the bloody moment of her sister's self-mutilation, Cinderella could have stopped the tragedy simply by stepping out and saying, "It's me." But she chose silence. She coldly watched the people who had bullied her mutilate themselves. At the end of the story, the sisters had their eyes picked out by birds. Should they really have to pay the price of lifelong disability just for jealousy and meanness? Yes, they must pay the price. In the Analects, there is a record of a dialogue by Confucius. Someone asked, "What about repaying injury with kindness?" Confucius replied, "Was that then will you repay kindness, repay injury by justice, and repay kindness with kindness." During the spring and autumn period, the Zhou royal house declared, Confucius had to face the following problem: how to distract a rational ethical response without condoning evil or escalating conflict. Clearly, kindness was the first option to be excluded. What Confucius advocated was for everyone to have the eyes that could clearly distinguish right from wrong, and a resilient heart that dared to repay kindness and also dared to repay injury. The story of Cinderella is actually a meticulously packaged tale of revenge. It's a fairy tale version of Hamlet. It tells the story of a legitimate heir whose status was stripped away. Slowly taking back her power, Cinderella's ultimate goal was not to marry for love, but to restore the class status that had been taken from her by her stepfamily. The people who first interpreted the story as kindness were everything, and tempted to invisibly, and in childhood stage, tear down the stranded spell with us that could stand tall, named resilience. This is a revenge story. It is also a winner-takes-all story. Cinderella is a multi-layered and real person. She was never just a tearful, kind little girl, and neither are we. Don't let the false glamour of hope blind your eyes. Otherwise, in this society where the sickle is sworn everywhere, we will lose a genuine opportunity to increase our self-worth and improve our social class.